So, I'm swinging through this perfect digital city, and I can't stop thinking how in real life, most of us can't even afford a tiny apartment. Feels kind of weird, right? Like, I can web zip across 10 skyscrapers here, but in real life, I'd struggle to afford a tiny room with a weird smell. We were told, study hard, get a degree, work, and life will sort itself out. That was the script. Do your homework, behave, pick a realistic job, and boom, house, family, stability. But here we are in 2025, almost 2026, renting forever, scrolling job posts that want 5 years of experience for an entry-level salary that barely covers groceries. People our age kind of got screwed. We're cleaning up a mess we didn't make. Like, congrats on being born. Anyway, here's the bill for housing, climate, loans, and stress. Enjoy. Half the time you start thinking maybe it's your fault. Like, maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm not working hard enough. But look around. Everyone you know is tired. Everyone you know is stressed about money. Everyone you know is burnt out before 30, or in their 30s. That's not personal failure. That's the system creaking. And older people love to say, when I was your age, I already had a house and 2 kids. And you're just sitting there thinking, when you were my age, everything cost pocket change. It's not the same anymore. I'm tired of pretending this is normal. Why is it normal to get anxious every time you open your banking app? Why is it normal to feel guilty for resting? Why is it normal that you can work full-time and still feel like you're sinking? Sometimes it feels like life became a subscription service. Rent, bills, insurance, food. You're basically paying every month just to stay alive in the system. Meanwhile, online it looks like everyone else is doing great. Trips, new cars, success posts, and you're just proud you remembered to take the chicken out of the freezer. We grew up hearing, if you do everything right, you'll be safe. But we did a lot of things right, and it still doesn't feel safe. And then there's jobs. You open LinkedIn and it's like, junior role, needs a degree, needs years of experience. Basically, already be a pro. And the pay? Yeah, nothing to celebrate. So you apply anyway. And then, nothing. Just silence. You still have to say, I'm fine. Show up, smile, function. But inside, your brain feels like this game, swinging nonstop, trying not to crash. We're making life decisions while constantly tired. Careers, relationships, money, all while running on low battery. And somehow, we're supposed to have a 5-year plan. Bro, I barely have a 5-day plan. And lately, there's this one thing I can't stop thinking about. If the old deal is dead, what do we do with our one small, very tired life now? We can't fix rent tonight. We can't fix wages tonight. We definitely can't fix politicians tonight. But we can choose tiny things that make this version of life a little more ours. One honest conversation instead of, yeah, I'm fine. One boundary instead of saying yes to everything. One evening where you let yourself rest without calling it being lazy. Those things don't look dramatic on paper, but they're how people quietly start changing direction. So here's my real question for you, and I'd actually love if you answer this in the comments. What's one small thing you want to do differently, just for you? Not in 10 years, not when life finally calms down, just this week. It could be go to bed before 2 a.m. once, finally tell someone I'm not okay. Or just take a walk without a podcast in my ears. Tell me what your one small thing is. I'll be down there reading. And if you don't know yet, that's okay too. And hey, if today you didn't do anything big, and you just came home, opened YouTube, and ended up here with me and Spider-Man, you still showed up. You made it through the day. Also, if you actually made it this far, respect. Kinda curious though, for Spider-Man 2, do you like pure swinging, or should I mix in some combat too?